I'm gonna tell you why you must be doing Zoom closes with this rank and rent digital real estate model, or you're going to be losing tons and tons and tons of money, and you're gonna be leaving tons and tons and tons of money on the table. And I'm gonna go back a little bit in time to about 2018, 2019, when I was doing this full time. Okay, well, I say I was doing this full time, but I was doing SEO and I was doing some pay per lead stuff, and I didn't really have it all figured out, but I was saying I was doing this full time. I was doing digital marketing full time. And every time I would do a sales call, I would go and I would schedule, let's say for 12 o'clock, and I'd go and I'd hop in my car and I would put it either on Bluetooth or up to my ear, and I would do my calls while I was driving. And I had told myself, like, hey, when you know, Nick, when you do that, you're less stressed out and you're kind of distracted a little bit, so you do a better pitch, which actually might be a little bit true. But what happened is in 2020, when we all got stuck at home and we all discovered and really got familiar and really got intimately comfortable with this tool called Zoom, it's when it just clicked for me, and I'm like, dude, you can literally do a face-to-face meeting with somebody, even though it's virtual. It's almost the exact same. Like, I can literally sit here and we can talk face to face. I have their undivided attention. And guys, when I started doing Zoom closes, my closing percentage went through the roof. Now, I also did a few other things at the same time, like I started giving away free leads and I started scripting things out. So I'm not blaming it entirely just on Zoom closes, but I will tell you, I will do a Zoom close over anything else. If somebody's in my city and I'm targeting somebody in the city that I live in or the city that I'm visiting, and we're just, we're 5 minutes away from each other, I'll take them to lunch, but I will not talk business. We'll go to lunch, whatever. Maybe I'll find out about them. When I'm doing my pitch, when I'm doing my close, 100% of the time, I would take Zoom over in person. I've done it in person. We've gone to the restaurant. We've gone to the what's the one that I'm just thinking of? Oh, I remember going to an Outback Steakhouse, thinking, man, this is gonna be perfect. We're gonna shake hands, all this stuff. And I was like, well, all the stuff that I normally show on my screen, now I gotta go do these printouts and I gotta have them organized. And then we got the waiter or the waitress that's bugging us. And then we gotta worry about the check. And then he's getting it's so annoying and it's loud and all this stuff. And I remember doing that, and it's so awkward too to try and close in person, right? Especially when you think you're just going to lunch. So what I found is when you do a Zoom call, people know you're there to do business, right? Even if you're 5 minutes away, I would tell you, do a Zoom call. You can have all your windows lined out. You can have all the things that you want to show. You can have your entire flow. Plus, this is really dope, you can have all your stuff on the Zoom, but you can have your script sitting in front of you or on the other screen if you've got a double monitor or if you've got a split screen. I've just found that when you do the Zoom, people are giving you their undivided attention. You can control the environment. You can control the time. You don't have 100 outside forces that are distracting you. And you can just, I don't know. I guess for me, what ended up happening is I saw such an increase in close percentage that I realized that this whole meet in person, shake hands, I don't think it's necessary. Now, if I am in the town or I happen to be visiting, I will typically I'll reach out to them and say, hey, I would like to swing by and just shake your hand, put a face to the name, and maybe take you to lunch. But it's not where I pitch. I do not pitch at the dinner table. I do not pitch at the lunch table. I do not go to their office. I do not have them come to my office. I prefer to do a Zoom call every single time. And again, if I sit here and I think, why does it work so well? I think it's because now we're at a point where people know that Zoom is more than just this novel idea. It's something that is part of our lives. It's totally normal to do $1,000, even $10,000 deals over Zoom with somebody that you don't know, you've never shaken hands with. It's just part of life. And this is the most important thing, is you get to control the situation. You get to control what they see. You get to control the experience. You get to make sure your audio's clean. All those things factor in. And guys, when I started doing the Zoom close, my percentage went through the roof. So if you're not doing it, start doing it. It's $15 a month. You can actually do the free version and do 40-minute meetings, but I would highly recommend doing the other one. It's $15 a month. You get one deal. It's going to pay for it for the next 5 years. Get on freaking Zoom or something similar and start taking control. Start getting what's the word I'm looking for? Start getting obsessed with all the details of your sales process, right? Like, I know exactly when I get on Zoom, I know exactly what windows I have pulled up. I know what order. I know what case studies. I know exactly when I'm going to show it. I got my sales script pulled up. I am fanatical. I am obsessed with every part of my process, every single part of this business, including this part, which is the Zoom close. And if you're not doing it, you're losing money.